Hello and welcome to the August episode of Hayes Headlines, where we tell you everything that's going on in our community. My name is Melissa Dixon. I'm the Executive Director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and my special guest today is Sarah Meitner, who is the Director of the Heartland Community Foundation.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. But we actually want to talk about, I'm calling it our newest attraction, the Ark Park. So can you tell us why you're the right person to come talk about that?
Sure. Well, thank you again. I am the board president at the Ark of Central Plains. The Ark Park is our new accessible recreation complex, so ARC, which also works out with the Ark. And it has been a labor of love for about, 3+ years, raising money and coming up with an idea. And now we are in the last lap, just the final weeks before we can finally open the gates and let people play. It
feels like the finish line. It feels really great.
I know. I said yesterday, I'm like, well, it's like the last month of pregnancy, just waiting for it to happen.
Well, can you tell us what was the inspiration for this particular park?
Sure. Well, I have a kiddo with Down syndrome. He's my youngest. He is 7 years old. And when he was about 2 to 3 years old, I first called the city parks department because there wasn't a swing in town that he could play on. He had gotten too big for the toddler swings, but he didn't have the core strength to sit on a regular swing. And so what turned into a call for a swing became a $1.8 million project.
Way to go.
But it was, the more that I delved into it and had the cooperation of the Ark of Central Plains and started talking with families, we really saw that there was a need for more than just a swing. There were hundreds of kids in our region who didn't have a safe place to play. And it just became all the more important, reason it was important to try to fund the project and make it happen. So here we are. We just kept adding to it, and it kept growing, and now it's gigantic.
So you've done an amazing amount of fundraising to this point, and already completed several phases.
Yep. We ended up having to take it into bite-sized chunks. So phase 1 is an accessible playground. It's, if I can remember the stats offhand, about 15,000 square feet with over 9,000 square feet of play space. The most expensive part of that was the flooring. It's it's called pour-in-place flooring. It's like a synthetic rubber, but it's safe, it's cushiony, it's not dirty and dusty like mulch, so wheelchairs and kids with walkers or mobility issues can access the equipment safely. And when they go down a slide and their wheelchair might be at the other end, it's not a dirty flooring that they're having to get across to retrieve their mobility device. So super excited about that. That was phase 1. Phase 2 is the splash pad, and we thought that it would be coming a little bit after phase 1, but they are being built concurrently right at the same time, and the funding for it came really quickly. It will hopefully, as you're watching this, be open. It's very, very, very close, so that we can capture some more of the summer season still this year. And it will actually, even though the pool will close in August and kids everywhere will lament not having a place to go and swim, the splash pad can stay open much longer. And so I have assurance from the city that it will go through September and even into October if the weather holds out. So as long as we have some 80-degree days, once it opens, it can stay open for a couple of months still. So very exciting.
I can't remember the last time our community was this excited about something. I mean, it sounds like kids are like hovering at the curb, like just waiting for the water to come on.
And one of the really cool things that has come out of this, just a neat anecdote, is the people who've been working on it, the builders and the teams that have come from different places to work on it. The splash pad especially was so specialized. It wasn't something that local contractors could work on. So those crews came from Kansas City, and they've talked about how they go out to eat at our restaurants or they stay in our hotels. And when they tell people what they're here working on, oh my gosh, they get free food, they get, they get hellos and thank yous. There's neighbors that have been bringing them coffee every day and stopping in while they're walking their dogs and just.
Now I'm going to take something.
Right. People are so excited.
I appreciate them
People
too.
are so excited, and they've just said that they have not had a welcome like this in other communities, and Hayes is pretty special.
That's the best.
Anyway, but it's very exciting. So that's phase 1 and phase 2. Fundraising, for those was, we think, fully funded, though there's still some hiccups that have come up and unexpected costs.
Of course.
We will take whatever's left after the dust settles on those, and it goes right into phase 3. And phase 3 is an accessible baseball field that'll be going out there. If you look at the park now, Seven Hills Park, I didn't even say that.
Right, if
Seven
you don't know
Hills
where
Park,
this is, 33rd
and Hillcrest. If you look there now, the only open space is what will be the baseball field. So we're going to keep pushing to see it through completion and see the promise that we made to the community fulfilled. So,
and what does an accessible ball field look like? That's different.
Sure, well, a little bit smaller, fully all turf, but the main thing is the bases are in ground. They're not above ground. The dugouts, everything is on one level. There's no step up, step down, no dirt.
Trip hazards.
No trip hazards, yes. So
Excellent.
It's a little bit smaller, but we have over 5,000 Special Olympic athletes in Western and Central Kansas, and there are 0 accessible baseball fields. Kansas City has a couple, Wichita has one, but this is something that's long overdue for the teams that are out here. So we really think that it, as well as the other parts of the park, will attract people from outside of Hayes and outside of the community.
Absolutely, it will.
To come and visit and see it and use it and have fun.
And it's for all kids.
For all kids.
All
that
kids.
was the thing that we were worried about in the beginning, but it is making sure that was clear.
Everyone's welcome. Well, that's all the time we have. And so if you haven't made a donation, you absolutely can. Give us your website.
HayesArcPark.org.
Awesome. Be right back with more Hayes Headlines.
We built this network for you.
We're constantly optimizing our network to provide reliable coverage utilizing cutting-edge technology.
We invest in Kansas because we're Kansans too.
And as exciting next-generation technologies become reality, you can trust that we're working to bring it to your neighborhood.
So wherever you go, just know we got you covered.
We're friends.
We're neighbors.
We are Kansas.
For over 70 years at Nex-Tech, we've tackled new technologies and created a powerful fiber network to bring you the fastest, most reliable internet. Being connected is essential. That's why we're proud to offer the only gig symmetrical internet around. Visit nextech.com to sign up for any new internet speed and get a $100 credit, or upgrade your current speed and pay your same price for 3 months. Nex-Tech, here for you then, now, and for whatever comes next.
The team at Homestead Assisted Living is a proud supporter of the Hayes community. Located just west of the Sternberg Natural History Museum, Homestead is a warm and welcoming community where residents receive compassionate care from licensed professionals. If you're curious about senior living options for yourself or a loved one, make Homestead your first call. Our kind and courteous staff would love to show you around and answer any questions you may have. Call us today to schedule a tour of Homestead or visit us online at homesteadofhayes.com.
Welcome back to Hayes Headlines. I'm Sarah Bloom with Downtown Hayes Development Corporation. We want to give a huge shout out to Regina's Flowers in downtown Hayes for our beautiful centerpiece today. But let's get to our special guest. You've been on the show before.
Yes, a couple of times, I think.
But this is Allie Glidewell, Director of Events for Downtown Hayes Development Corporation.
Yes.
And we have a lot of events in August.
We have a lot of events. Yes, super busy. So one of them we don't have very often. In fact, we'd say it only comes around once. This year is our 20th anniversary for Downtown Hayes, as I'm sure you well know.
Yeah, I do. They may not.
Right. Well, we're having a big old party.
We're having a birthday.
We're having a birthday party, our 20th birthday. So on August 27th in the evening, it will be split into sort of 2 parties. Under the pavilion, we'll be having a kids fest, like the ones you know from way back when. We'll have dunk tanks and bounce houses and a Nex-Tech train, and the fire marshal's bringing down a fire truck. It's going to be a very, very fun time. Because it's a birthday, what's a birthday without cake?
I love cake.
I love cake. And I love Augustine's cake. And we ordered
A lot of cake.
for hundreds of people. We ordered a bunch of cake.
Yep.
So it's going to be a very fun time. What's best though is that it's all free.
Yes.
It's all free to the community. We want to give back whatever we can and just sort of thank them for helping us get where we are today.
Yeah, because without the support of the Hayes community, not only the support of DHDC, but helping to fundraise to purchase those initial buildings to get us to where we are today, supporting the businesses by still shopping there. So much revolves around community support when it comes to downtown Hayes and DHDC. So this is our way of telling the community thank you by making absolutely everything free. And we want it to be for the kids, but we also want it to be for families and for those who don't have kids and who maybe remember 20 years ago and were helping us fundraise. Do you want to talk about the second half of the party?
Well, yes, but I also want to give a quick shout out. There's so many nonprofit organizations and churches, civic organizations that are putting out their time and their effort and their monies to make the Kids Fest possible. So extra special that way.
Yeah. Do you want to give any of them shout outs? I mean, we just talked to Sarah Meitner in the first episode with the Arc of Central Plains.
Yes.
They donated a ton of prizes.
They donated a ton of prizes. Breathe Coffee House and Dialogue Ministries has been instrumental in planning it. Tiger Tots, we have Kiwanis United Methodist Church.
They're doing the dunk tank, right?
United Methodist, yes. And they were the hookup for the fire marshal and the fire truck.
Nice.
So yeah, just a ton of people involved making it possible.
And all free.
All free.
And everyone's going to leave with a prize no matter what.
A prize and hopefully cake.
And hopefully cake. And then if they're maybe not as interested as cake as we are, maybe they like beer.
Maybe they like beer.
And music.
Maybe. So under the pavilion on 10th Street is Kids Fest. Just down 10th Street, where Brews is held, will be our free concert. Anthony and the Animals is going to be playing. It's going to be completely free to the community. The only non-free part is the beer garden, but it'll be pretty cheap.
Because we can't give that away for free.
We can't, legally.
Not give that away. Otherwise, we might try.
We would if we could.
We have to charge you for the beer.
Someone's got to pay for it. Yeah.
Yes, but still very family friendly. Like it's not going to be a big festival where we're just. It's not. It's just going to be fun music and a little bit of beer and water and other beverage options as well. But Anthony and the Animals, I'm pretty excited about them. Yes.
They're going to be a very good time. They were just under the pavilion, 2 months ago or so?
Last month.
Was it? Yeah. Very, very fun. It's going to be a very engaging concert.
Awesome.
Should be a great evening.
It will be. Again, August 27th.
Yes.
Starts at 6 with the Kids Fest, 6:30 cake cutting, and then Anthony and the Animals from 7 to 10, as well as the beer garden. And it's the night of an art walk.
It's the night of an art walk.
Kind of like double whammy.
Yes, double whammy. 2 for, 3 for. Just come downtown. It's the perfect time to be there.
Yes, and then after we've worn you out on Friday night, Saturday night we roll right into 2021 Brews on the Bricks.
Right into Brews on the Bricks.
Which is your first one.
My first one. Yeah. It's been very fun. It's been very fun.
You say hard funny.
Yeah. So it's been very fun for Brews. We have all sorts of breweries coming in. We still have a couple of GA tickets available, just a handful. So if you're missing out, you can purchase them at brewsonthebricks.info.
And we are holding some back for the day of the event. So if you are bringing in family or friends, or you know that of tourists coming in, they can still attend. We hold some back so that we don't turn anyone away and say, oh, sorry, we're sold out. You're out of luck.
Sorry.
We will hold some back for the day of as well. But yeah, very few available at the website.
Yes, very few are available. But that's going to be August 28th. We are looking for volunteers for that. And volunteerism is not only great for you as a person and the community, but this one gets you into a beer festival free.
And a lot of swag.
And
not only you get to attend the event, you get a t-shirt and glass. If you work one session, you get into the second session. It's a pretty good hookup.
It's a pretty good hookup. So that is also brewsonthebricks.info if you'd like to register for volunteering.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What else can we be looking forward to? In August, we also have the students returning from Fort Hays State University and NCK and Hays Academy of Hair Design. We're busy getting ready for them.
So if you're a new or incoming faculty, staff, or student, we'll be there to say hello, welcome. Here's some goodies. Here's downtown. Here's what we have to offer. And then looking even further forward, we're planning some very fun things for Christmas time.
I know. I don't want to go too deep into it.
know.
So where should they be watching for upcoming events?
DowntownHays.com. Follow our Facebook page, The Bricks in Downtown Hays. Or just pop into the office at 1200 Main Street, right across from the library. We love hearing ideas, having guests and visitors telling us what they like, what's going on.
You were talking to out-of-town visitors today.
I sure was. They were coming from Colorado. I know.
Love it. And I met a couple from California at the Larks game last month that had just moved to Hays. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
And the market's still happening. You're also in charge of the market. You're
Yeah.
very busy.
Yeah.
You wanna talk
Downtown
about
Hays
the
Market.
Yeah, Downtown Hays Market.
Every Saturday morning, 7:30 to 11. It's great. It's awesome. It's my favorite. They accept SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And then there's just all sorts of brand new vendors. We have 22 new vendors just this year. So it's happening.
Awesome. Again, downtownhays.com. Check out Facebook, Downtown Hays, The Bricks in Downtown Hays. We also have a mural project going on right now that could take up a whole nother segment called Brush the Bricks. So check it all out on our Facebook and websites. We'll be right back with Hays Headlines.
Trust Rogers & Associates Insurance to keep your peace of mind through all the seasons in life. Whether you're cozy at home memory making with your family, on an outdoor adventure with the top down, floating on a boat, or in the middle of harvest, we can customize an insurance plan that's perfect for you. For all the seasons, we've got you covered. Call us or visit us online to learn more today.
Welcome back to the final segment of August Hays Headlines. My name is Sarah Wasinger, President and CEO of the Chamber in Hays, and I am excited to be with my partners in crime, Melissa and Sarah. Back to school is always a big topic of conversation in August, and no different than any other year, we are excited at the Chamber to be celebrating our 33rd year in a row of education appreciation.
I'm so glad you do that for our educators. They're so important to our community. Can you tell us about what that event's going to look like?
Yes, so last year we had to completely do things different, and we took education appreciation to the schools in the form of thank you gift baskets that had all these sorts of treats. Because our community is so much healthier now, we're very excited to bring it back to its former glory. Woohoo! And it's going to be at Rose Garden Banquet Hall and Catering. So we invite educators all across Ellis County actually to this event. So whether they're K-12, if they're tied to NCK Tech, Hays Academy of Hair Design, or Fort Hays, we have them come join us for an evening. They get treated to a meal. They have a cash bar, so if they want to enjoy a cold beverage or two, they sure can. The nice thing this year is because we have so many great sponsors, we're going to be able to offer them a swag bag. So the first 200 that come to the event will get to take a bag of goodies by our sponsors home with them.
Awesome. How many do you usually have at that event?
Great question. So we've had anywhere since I've been associated with the Chamber from 175 to around 225.
That's great.
So it'll be interesting to see, with it being a little bit later in the month, we think that everybody will be back to school by that point. So we should
and a little settled down,
yes,
ready to get out. But I think people are ready to get out and do stuff. So I think you need to be ready for a crowd.
Oh yeah,
record crowd.
And the nice thing is we have some really cool giveaways too. So there will be a drawing at the very end for chamber checks. But the thing I love the most is we are so fortunate in Hays to attract a lot of great new educators every year. And so this is a great time for those folks to really get to be introduced to fellow staff, see their colleagues, kind of get to meet people and just get a really good feel and let them know that we're appreciative of them and everything that they do throughout the school year.
And what part of your organization helps out in there? Or will we see like ambassadors there?
Yes, our ambassadors are amazing. They come to so many chamber events to help us really welcome people and get to know businesses and those attending. And so we'll have them there in full force, definitely, to help greet folks and just make them feel welcome.
Well, some people are not excited about back to school. So for those people, we have
for my kids. I think you look over here. Yours are excited. Mine are not.
We've got one last blowout before school starts, and I'm embarrassed to say I've never been to it.
I have.
It's Herzogfest.
I know.
Tell me how awesome it is.
Wonderful. So I have, the only reason I have attended, I will be honest, is I have very good friends in Victoria that were like, you've never been, you need to come. There's free swimming for your kids. There's activities. There's German food. There's music. There's a car show. All sorts of activities. It's wonderful. And it's a little bit more spaced out. There's there's not as many people as you would expect at an Oktoberfest that most people from Hayes would expect. But it has the same feel. There's just a little bit more room to move around, and I feel a little bit more comfortable with my kids there. It is wonderful. It really is.
So one of my favorite gifts I ever got was actually from my husband's grandmother, and she gave us these wonderful copies of the cookbooks from the church there. And one of the things that's fantastic, especially if you love German food, is the food that they provide. And you will get to sample like some of those amazing German recipes that are passed down generation to generation in that cookbook. And the great news is that all the groups there who are cooking and providing meals, they're doing so many good things to keep Victoria up and going and fantastic. And so it's really, like Sarah said, it's a good family-friendly event. Great music, great food, and just a good night to get out of Hayes, and you don't have to drive very far. It's like 8 miles down the road. There you go.
Yeah, 10 minutes and you're there. And the nice thing about that distance too is you'll find a lot of Hayes people and Hayes vendors and businesses and even downtown Hayes market vendors at the event too. So even though you're in Victoria, it's a little bit further outside, it's not necessarily in Hayes, you're still supporting your Hayes friends.
Yeah, get out and explore. And if you've never been to Herzogfest, let's give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. It sounds awesome. And I'm all about trying more German food. So as we get closer to back to school, we're going to welcome students with the back to school picnic on Fort Hays State's campus.
But not just Fort Hays
Right.
students.
We're going to welcome NCK Tech, Hayes Academy of Hair Design. And I heard one of the organizers say she wants there to be not a blade of grass in sight on the quad. So it's going to be bigger and better than they've ever imagined. But call to our community. If you have a business that wants to get in front of some students.
Or an organization, nonprofit too.
Get a booth, $50, and you will get in front of 1,000 students.
Yep, and we're going to be there with prizes and food and all sorts of other things.
And other things yet to be determined.
Yes. It's going to be things to be revealed because we know what they are, but we can't tell you.
It's going to be great.
You'll just have to come to find out.
That's right. Weekend prior, Tiger Auction. So everybody's going to get back in that school spirit, supporting Fort Hays State athletics. $75 ticket gets you a great buffet dinner by Chartwell's and unlimited drinks.
And you support the university.
Which fuels a great auction where you get to give to a good cause, but you also get some pretty sweet prizes for your money.
And maybe not as big of an event, but still very important. We will be having a Tiger Gear on Friday chamber chat on August 6th to kind of kick off a new initiative too. So lots of fun things to come.
And that's down in the pavilion, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I bet there's going to be some special guests there. So
I hope so.
Open to the public. Come down. Wear your Tiger gear on Friday. This program is relaunching. And I'm excited to hear what their plans are at the university to renew that school spirit.
Yeah, and if you're sad that school has started and you want to just forget all about it, there's some events after school has started that you can kind of just disappear into.
The Art Walk.
Yep.
Which is last Friday night, Friday, August 27th.
Yep.
DHDC's 20th birthday bash, free Kids Fest, same night. And then the very next night
is Brews on the Bricks, which we talked about, but also Rockalua Rock Festival.
Free music festival. Where else can you go for free music festival? That'll be down at Municipal Park. So check it out. Lots of stuff going on in Hayes.
As we wrap up, you want to do websites?
Yeah. HayesChamber.com.
Visit Hayes.com.
And DowntownHayes.com. This has been The Chamber, the CVB, and DHDC talking about all of the things happening in Hayes on Hayes Headlines. Thank you, Nex-Tech. Thank you, Regina's Flowers. We'll see you again next month on Hayes Headlines.
Robert Riedel here with Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, back with your market update. You know, selling season is in full swing right now, but it's not too late to get involved, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Now, if you're a buyer, the important thing to understand is that inventory is very low. There aren't very many homes to pick from, and this is actually the lowest level of inventory I've ever seen in my career. What that really means is that you need to partner up with an agency that has a lot going on so that you have a chance at being one of the first ones at the front of the line. Now, as a seller, what we're seeing is higher average prices, higher median prices, and homes are selling faster than ever. The days on market are very, very low, the lowest it's been over the last 3 years. One important thing to understand is that the process is really strained right now. Title companies are having trouble getting title done on time, appraisers are backed up, and so there are some real logistical challenges with handling a transaction, which is one of the main reasons you would want to partner up with one of the professionals here at Coldwell Banker Executive Realty.